You know those stories where a small, weird rule quietly invented a whole culture? This is one of them. In the late 1970s, movies came on something called a VHS tape. And a single tape, just one, cost a store around $60 to $100. In 1980s money, that's more than a nice dinner for four or a month of groceries. So if you were the owner of a small video shop, which looked like a cramped, fluorescent-lit converted garage with hand-painted signs, your entire business hinged on a brutal arithmetic. Every tape had to earn its keep. You couldn't afford to just sell them. The model everyone assumes existed. You rent a movie, you return it. No big deal. That model didn't exist yet. It had to be invented. And the person who invented it was a man named George Atkinson. He opened one of the first video rental stores in Los Angeles in 1979, and he realized the studios wanted stores to buy tapes for massive prices and then just keep them. Atkinson thought, well, that's insane, so he offered memberships, pay a fee, take a tape home for a few days, bring it back. It caught on like a match in dry grass. But the studios fought back. They tried to sue, claiming renting movies violated copyright. And then came the 1984 Sony Betamax case. The Supreme Court ruled that off-air recording of TV shows was legal, and that set a precedent that basically said, once you buy a tape, you can do what you want with it. The studios lost, and from that legal crack in the pavement, a forest grew. By the mid-1980s, video rental stores were everywhere. The United States alone had around 30,000 of them. Think about that. 30,000 little carpets of plastic shelves and pizza-smelling copies of Top Gun. They were community hubs, but also weirdly inefficient. If you wanted Back to the Future on a Friday night, you'd drive to your local shop, find the box empty, and feel a real pang of loss. That was a social phenomenon, the empty shelf. It created a whole microeconomy of late fees. Blockbuster, the chain that eventually dominated, made something like 16% of its revenue from late fees alone. People hated them. They were a constant tiny dagger. But here's the really weird thing. The whole system worked on trust. You'd hand over a $200 plastic cassette to a stranger and they'd just take it home. No RFID tags, no online tracking, just a handwritten card on the back of the box. Your name, a due date. That handwritten card is basically the fossil of an entire era. By the time Netflix mailed its first DVD in 1997, it wasn't just a better logistics model. It was a quiet revolution against the physical inefficiency of that world. No more empty shelves, no more driving, no more late fees. And what happened? The rental stores vanished. Within 15 years, almost all of them were gone. But the ghost of that old system still haunts us. Every time you scroll a streaming menu and feel paralyzed by choice, you're feeling the echo of a Friday night in 1987, standing in front of a shelf where the only good movie was already checked out. That scarcity, that friction, it wasn't just inconvenience. It was how a whole generation learned to love movies. Today we have abundance, and somehow we miss the empty shelf.